Have you ever wondered why today's kids and teenagers seem more anxious, depressed, and overwhelmed than ever before? Why are mental health issues skyrocketing among young people? And could social media and smartphones be part of the problem? In his latest book, The Anxious Generation, social psychologist Jonathan Haidt argues that we have completely rewired childhood, and not in a good way. Today, we're going to break down his book, uncover the shocking research, and discuss what we can do to fix this crisis. So stick around, this is going to be eye-opening. Chapter 1. The Mental Health Crisis Among Kids and Teens. Let's start with a reality check. In the last decade, depression rates among teenagers have more than doubled. And for young girls, self-harm rates have skyrocketed by nearly 200%. These aren't just random statistics. This is a full-blown crisis. Jonathan Haidt wanted to find out what changed. Why are kids today struggling so much more than previous generations? He found two major causes. Chapter 2. The Digital Takeover of Childhood. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, smartphones and social media. A decade ago, kids spent most of their free time playing outside, riding bikes, or hanging out with friends. Fast forward to today, and they're glued to screens all the time. Haidt calls this the great rewiring of childhood. Kids as young as 10 or 11 are getting their first smartphones. By the time they hit middle school, they're spending hours on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. The result? Constant social comparison, fear of missing out, and an unhealthy addiction to likes and validation. Personal opinion. Honestly, I see this happening everywhere. Have you ever been in a restaurant and noticed a family where everyone is on their phone, even the kids? It's kind of heartbreaking. Kids aren't playing tag or climbing trees anymore. They're stuck in a digital world that's making them anxious, insecure, and depressed. Chapter 3. The Death of Free Play and Independence. Haidt says that childhood used to be a time for exploration, risk-taking, and independence. But today's kids are being raised in an environment that's too safe, too structured, and too controlled. Remember when kids used to just go outside and play until the streetlights came on? Now, parents hover over their kids, scared of every little danger. Playgrounds have been replaced with iPads, and roughhousing has been replaced with gentle parenting. But here's the problem. When kids don't get to take risks and solve problems on their own, they grow up more fragile, more anxious, and less resilient. Personal opinion. I think Haidt makes a great point here. I remember growing up, falling off my bike, getting scraped up, and just learning from it. But today, parents are afraid to let their kids even walk to school alone, and it's kind of scary to think about the long-term effects. Chapter 4. Why Girls Are Struggling More Than Boys. While boys have also been affected, the mental health crisis is much worse for girls. Why? Because girls are more vulnerable to social media pressures, online bullying, and perfectionism. Think about apps like Instagram and TikTok. They're all about looking perfect. Filters, beauty standards, influencers. It's nonstop. And for young girls, this creates crippling anxiety, self-doubt, and even body image issues. Personal opinion. Honestly, I think social media is brutal for young girls. Even as an adult, I sometimes find myself comparing my life to these perfect Instagram influencers. Imagine being a 13-year-old girl trying to figure out who you are, and every day you're bombarded with unrealistic beauty standards? That's got to mess with your head. Chapter 5. How to Fix the Problem. Haidt's Solutions. So what do we do? How do we fix this mental health crisis? Jonathan Haidt suggests some bold but necessary solutions. Delay smartphone use. Haidt suggests no smartphones before age 14 and no social media before 16. Instead, kids should get basic phones with no internet access. Bring back free play. Parents need to let kids be kids again. Encourage outdoor play, sports, and unsupervised activities that build confidence and resilience. Remove phones from schools. Studies show that when schools ban smartphones, academic performance goes up and anxiety goes down. Educate kids about social media. Teach kids how social media manipulates their attention and encourage digital detox habits. Personal opinion. Honestly, I think these solutions make total sense. If I were a parent today, I'd probably hold off on giving my kid a smartphone for as long as possible. But the real challenge? Society has already shifted, and trying to reverse this digital takeover won't be easy. But if we don't try, we're looking at a future generation that's more anxious, depressed, and disconnected than ever before. Should you read this book? So, should you read The Anxious Generation? My answer, yes. Whether you're a parent, a teacher, or just someone who cares about mental health, this book is a wake-up call about the dangers of overprotecting kids and allowing technology to take over their lives. Final rating? 9 out of 10. Super insightful, backed by research practical solutions. Want to see more book summaries like this? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into life-changing books. And tell me in the comments, do you think social media is harming kids today? Let's discuss.